when Doctor Who came. So that will give you an idea of the stuff that we actually had to consider during that time. It's all pretty obvious, but if you go and have a look through it, it does show you the amount of thought that we have to put into each of these processes, and it includes all the things that you brought up then. So it includes things like conservation, tripping, falling, damaging things, damaging yourself. You know, these places are rickety, they have lots of trip falls, they weren't made with today's health and safety standards in mind. Another thing that I brought that I thought might be of interest to you is our guidance on artificial smoke machines. It just gives you an idea of the kind of things that we have to think about when we have performances in our houses. Sorry, I've only bought one.
I'll photocopy. Can I photocopy these before?
Yeah. If you could just keep them just within you guys.
Oh yeah, of course.
That'd be fine. So again, that just gives you an idea of the kind of considerations that we need to make. It's not as easy as, oh yeah, you want to do a performance now, that's fine. Each element of that performance then needs to be discussed, and we need to make sure that it's going to be okay. And then I thought that this was quite interesting. This is filming notes, again, to the Doctor Who filming, that was sent out to staff and volunteers. And it just reminds them of the kind of things that we need to make sure people coming in and doing site-specific performances are aware of. So, for example, simple things that you might think of, like no food and drink in the house, no smoking within 6 metres of the house. That's quite a long distance. Long pieces of equipment having to be carried by 2 people. Everything should be dry and clean when it's brought inside. Everything like props and equipment has to be put down on the floor covering that you provide. We can't lean anything on walls, we can't put blue tack on our walls, we can't move any of our stuff. It sounds a little bit like a no list, but there are a lot of yes, especially at Tinsfield as well. It's just a concept of actually respecting what's around you. And you'll find that anywhere that you go. So I have printed out some photos as well. Sorry, our printer wasn't working until just before I left, so I didn't have time to laminate anything or make it look pretty. But these are some things that we actually have done in the past. Actually welcoming young people, especially young people from urban areas, into National Trust properties has been a big priority for us. So you won't get a closed door everywhere. If people can help you and you look like somebody who wants to be helped, then they will. We had a big focus on youth at Tinsfield a couple of years ago, so we did do quite a few projects. It's hard to find stuff that's done in the house, because especially nowadays we're open 364 days of the year. So except for Christmas Day, the house is open to visitors. We have people around, which means doing things like this, especially in the house, is very difficult. Out in the gardens, not such a big deal, but it is something that has restrictions. So this was a school filming project that was done in the house. Gives you an idea of the variety of stuff that we do. This was a dance project that was done in the house that was inspired by everything that we do. And then I think there's another one here. This is out in the gardens. That was out in the gardens. It was a kind of Alice in Wonderland themed thing, and they used the entire estate, moving throughout the estate and doing lots of things in different areas. So I'll leave those with you. And then the only other thing that I looked at, your teacher was keen for me to explore some of the other properties within the National Trust that have done this kind of thing before. There's not an enormous amount in this area, although Lee Woods have done some outdoor performances before now. But these are some of the properties that have done things. We've got Dingle in Wales, Killerton, Knoll. They do fashion shows in their orangery every year. And the local college sorts that all out themselves, and it's a really big production that they put on there. But the reason that Noel is so keen on encouraging it is that they get that the fashion comes from inspiration from the house, and the whole thing is put on by the students, and it's their passion and drive that pushes them through. Saltram, which is in Devon again, Castle Drogo, Greenway, which is Agatha Christie. You know Agatha Christie,
Yeah.
the sex novelist. It's her house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do some stuff there, which was part of when the family handed it over to her, to them. They discussed what they'd want to be done with the house, and obviously her being a big literary figure, they wanted people to be able to come in and kind of experience that sort of thing.
Really?
Lee Woods, which is nearby.
I just
And
remember
then
I did some work for Lee Woods
Oh really?
last year in
cool.
carpentry. I made a
Good to know
swing
outside of
in the
Bristol.
shape of an oak leaf and 2 signs
Oh,
towards
yeah.
the little playground part.
I know that thing.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah.
Really
I did
cool.
the grooves on
Oh
that.
really?
Yeah.
I shall revisit that. It's very think of you.
Sure.
So, those are the places that have done it before. The thing that links almost all of them, probably except for Greenway, is that they do not have they are either incredibly large or they don't have too damageable a collection. It is something that gets in the way at some properties. My last property that I worked at was too small, and the collection that we had was too fragile, so we just couldn't have this kind of thing in the house. But you won't find that everywhere. You will find open doors if this is the kind of thing that you choose to do. If you want to do it in gardens and estates, you'll find even more open doors, because that's really easy. Because all those things about damaging collections and conservation principles just go out of the window. So that's been it, I think.
Thank you.